Tade Kash. Tade Kash is a world-class cash flow entrepreneur and investor, a super wealth coach, legendary closer, and an educator. He's the co-founder of more than 5 cash-rich businesses and believes that assets should be predictable, consistent, and perpetual income that funds our lifestyle. It shows individuals, companies, and nations how to unlock the hidden assets that would create perpetual, consistent, and predictable prosperity for them. He's the creator of the Short and Sell program and the Money Mastery program. He's the author of Shut Up and Collect the Money, the Money Mastery Revolution, Build Assets, Not Just a Business, as well as the Wealth Genotype. Ladies and gentlemen, join me as we welcome on stage Tade Kash. Tade Kash. Tade Kash is a world-class cash flow entrepreneur and investor, a super wealth coach, legendary closer, and an educator. He's the co-founder of more than 5 cash-rich businesses and believes that assets should be predictable, consistent, and perpetual income that funds our lifestyle. It shows individuals, companies, and nations how to unlock the hidden assets that would create perpetual, consistent, and predictable prosperity for them. He's the creator of the Short and Sell program and the Money Mastery program. He's the author of Shut Up and Collect the Money, the Money Mastery Revolution, Build Assets, Not Just a Business, as well as the Wealth Genotype. Ladies and gentlemen, join me as we welcome on stage Tade Kash.
Eden Creek is a virgin land located near satellite town Lagos. Raw and untapped, Eden Creek is a land surrounded by businesses and fully developed neighborhood. We are inviting you to come take your own share of this lucrative treasure. Buying Eden Creek by Whip Africa allows you to use it to either fund your living or as a place to live. With 1 million naira initial deposit, you can secure a plot right now. Yes, just drive from Jakonde Estate and you will be connected to an asset that can make you free. And with a 50% deposit, you can have your allocation to a land surrounded by full development. With 1 million naira deposit, you can reserve a slot today and begin your journey towards a lifestyle of wealth and abundance. Warning, this is a limited edition.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a lovely Monday morning. I strongly believe that you are already awake and you are set out for work today. It's just a beautiful Monday morning. Let me tell you, being alive is a gift. Never take it for granted. A lot of times we're looking for a special moment to be grateful. But let me tell you something. There is no special moment to be grateful. Every moment you are alive is worth shouting about. So this morning is another day. Be grateful. You're in your car, you're in your office, you're on your way, you're working from home, you're working remotely. Guess what happened? Be grateful. The feeling of gratitude. A lot of times people say things like, maybe today I don't really have a lot of things to be grateful for. But no. That's not how miracle begins. Miracle begins from learning to be grateful for no reason. You don't necessarily need to have anything to be grateful for. Just be grateful that you are alive today. You are grateful that you have ability to think straight. You have ability to process things in your mind. Be grateful because this is what one of the wisest beings that ever passed through the face of the earth says in the writing. It says, in all things, give thanks. In other words, don't necessarily give thanks for all things, but in all things, learn to give thanks. All of us have a reason not to give thanks, but much more than that, we have more than enough reason to give thanks. In other words, if you look as if there is no any reason to give thanks, just learn to give thanks for no reason. So this morning is another Monday morning. You see, It's beautiful Monday, because what I come to show you every day on Monday is how to set out to be able to achieve an amazing goal for yourself. Yesterday on the show, I said today we're going to look at how to qualify to multiply, qualify to multiply. What does that mean? How do you qualify to multiply? How do you get to do the right thing? One of the things that I say to a lot of people is that in business, especially in sales, people often wake up and wonder about the customers. You see, there are two things that you need to bother about more than bothering about customers, because you don't have customers problem. You don't have customer problem. You have two problems, not customer problem. If there is shortage of customers, listen to me, if there is shortage of customers, there is only one reason. There are only two reasons why there are no customers. Number one, the lead generation problem, and number two, the lead conversion problem. Are you generating leads and you're not converting them? Why are you not converting the leads? Is it based on your offer? Is it based on certain things that you need to treat? Or what kind of offers are you making to people? What is the level of believability of your offer? This is it. How can you make them believe? So this is what happened. You need to begin to look at it. The problem many a time is that we focus on the wrong problem. Then now, someone need to write that down today. Most of the time, the problem is that most people focus on the wrong problem. We focus on the problem that we don't have customers. You don't have a customer problem. Let me tell you something. There is no customer problem. There is a lead generation problem. There's a lead conversion problem. So those are the problems that you focus on solving. If you can work literally on the lead generation problem. And what do I mean by lead generation problem? And that's where we'll begin today in finding, how to qualify. Number one is finding who to serve. Every business, you are in sales. The first thing that you need in sales is a prospect. Come on, man. You need to find someone that can buy your product. So you need to clarify what product you are selling. So having found the product you are selling, the next thing that you do is to find out the people who need or want your product or service. Now, remember, people don't buy your product or service. People use your product or service to get what they want. So how can you find the people that want certain things in their life that your product and service can help them? So the first thing is that you need to find the people that has the need. This is how I say it. You need to find the people that has the pain. You need to find the people that have the pain. Now, you see, a lot of times, even the way we go about our advertising, about our generating of our prospect is totally wrong. You need to prospect in a way that you can pinpoint the people's pain. You're simply saying, if you have this kind of pain in your life, this is how I can help you to solve it. Strangers don't come to you because of pleasure. Strangers come to you because of pain. In other words, you need to find the person that has the pain. That is the first thing. You can't qualify me if you don't know my pain. You can't be able to multiply your sales if you don't know my pain. People buy more because of pain than because of pleasure. All right. So people are going to look at it this way. So Joshua woke up this morning and he says he has toothache. All right, so Joshua usually need to, or he has a boil in a very amazing place in his body. Guess what happened? Joshua is having pain. Joshua is not going to concentrate on any other thing. Guess what is going to happen? The moment Joshua shows up, Joshua is looking for how to cure the pain. Now, you need to identify the pain that you want to solve for the prospect. You need to identify the pain that you want to solve a problem. Now, let me give you an instance of lead generation process or lead generation offer that you can make. Let's say you have a product. Let's say you are into a business where you publish a book or you publish a material or a report that can help people to sell more. And so this is what you do to people. You are simply telling them that this is a 10 reasons, 5 reasons why you are not selling much more than you should have sold. The thing that you need to know to be able to sell more. 5 reasons why you are not selling enough. 5 mistakes you make that is making you not to have more sales. The 5 mistakes that people make that is not making them to have more sales. Now, this is what happened. People are going to want to avoid mistake. So this is what happened. One of the ways you can create content is that the myths. So what are the myths that people have? Number two, what are the misconceptions that people have? Number three, what are the mistakes? Now, mistake has more power. Why? Because we have been raised from the cradle, from the days of going to school, primary school, secondary school, whatever. We don't want to make mistakes. So when people hear about people making mistakes, they want to avoid the mistake. So it get people to get hooked to your offers, to get people to hook to your presentation. So this is what happened. The mistakes that people make. Now, so this is it. The mistake that people make when they are trying to write their books. The mistake that people make when they are trying to sell their product. 5 mistakes that people make when they are trying to buy their first property. The 5 mistakes that people make, the misconception that people have about land that has water. All right. The mistake that people make when they are trying to buy lands. Now, so this will happen. You are looking at a pain that you are trying to make people avoid. And guess what happened to you? You are then going in the routes that can help you to be able to do certain things. So this is it. Come on, man. So the first thing is you need to find the need. What need do you want to solve? What problem do you want to solve? Remember, people don't buy your product and service. So this way, the first thing that you need to do is that even when you have run your ad and people begin to contact you, you need to first find out. You need to qualify the first thing, the pain. Because you see, there are 2 kinds of people that we always come in contact with in your journey of sales. Number 1 is a suspect. Who is a suspect? Suspect is someone that looks like a buyer, but is not. And number 2 is a prospect. There is only one kind of person that has acres of diamond that you want to explore. Is a prospect, not a suspect. So you're looking for a prospect. You are not looking for a suspect. So what do you want to qualify for? The first thing, there are 4 things to know whether someone is a prospect and is not a suspect. Number 1 is to find out what is the pain that the person is trying to cure, so that you can know how to use your product or service as a delivery mechanism. Now, that is the first thing you should do when you are in sales. When you want to go about getting what you want to get done, you need to find out that thing. Number 2 is there, and this is very important. You need to pay attention to what I'm about to tell you. You need to establish if this prospect or this person has the ability to pay for your product and service. Listen to me. Because somebody has a pain does not mean he can pay. Hello, listen to me. Because someone has a need for your product does not mean he has ability to pay for the product. Now, most of the time, we have heard this thing. We say, find a need and mean it. I'm feel it. Because you find a need does not mean the person that want to fulfill the need can pay for it. So the person that has a need but doesn't have the ability to pay is still a suspect, is not a prospect. A prospect must have 1, it must have a pain. Number 2, a prospect must have ability to pay. Now, listen to me. Many a time, people get carried away and say, oh, you see, people can buy my product. But this is what I say. You need to understand the man. The man there is not just being generic specific, gender specific rather, but it is a philosophy that needs to guide your sales. What does man? Man means the person must have money, ability to pay. Number 2, he must have authority. He must have ability to make a decision. Number 3, he has a need. Now, this is what happened. Look at the way I flip it. So the person has a pain. Number 2, the person has the ability to pay. So if the person don't have the ability to pay, then what happened? You are not qualifying them very well. You see, I've heard a lot of people that will say, I want to take a client, I want to take a prospect to site. For instance, people that sell real estate, you hear things like, I want to take this guy to site to be able to buy my product. But this is what happened. Who are you taking to site? There is only one person you should take to site, a prospect, not a suspect. You can qualify a prospect in 3 to 5 minutes. You see, this is what happens. There is no way. The moment you learn what I'm sharing with you today, within the 3 to 5 minutes of meeting anyone, you can know whether the person is a prospect or a suspect. Because the biggest asset you have in sales, is not a product. The biggest asset you have in sales is your time. Whoever you can replace your product, you cannot replace your time. So you need to safeguard your time. You need to protect your time because there are many liars and buyers. So what you need to do, you need to checkmate the liars so that you can focus on the buyers. So this is what happened. Number one, you need to find the people who need what you offer, to have a pain. Number two, you need to establish that the person that you're talking to has the ability to pay for it. Number three, you need to know that this person has the authority to make the purchase. Now, listen to me, listen to this, and this is going to help you. The person has the power to make a decision. All right. The power to make a decision. There are many times people that want to buy your product, they are interested in your product, but you don't know, you don't find out this one. And this is a script that I use all of the time that works for me, and you can use the same. This is what I say. If everything goes right today, if everything goes right today, how soon are you going to make the payment? Now you want to know one thing. If everything go right today, how soon are you going to make the payment? Do you know what you are trying to find out? You are trying to find out whether the person has the authority to make the purchase. For instance, you go into an organization and you're talking to maybe head of a particular department to buy a product, but this is it. Does the department needs a product? Look at it. The company has the ability to pay for the product, but does the person you are talking to has the authority to make the purchase? If the person don't have the ability to make the purchase, you want to find out who has the ability to make the purchase so that unanimously both of you can agree so that you can go ahead with it. Can two work together except they agree? Absolutely no. So this is what happened. And this is what I want you to do this week. You need to come to that time that this is it. Can this person make the purchase? Do they have the authority to make the purchase? Can this person buy it? And then lastly, you need to determine the accessibility. Okay, how soon can I get this thing done? How soon can we move ahead? What is the timeline for this thing? The person can make a decision. How soon do they want to make that decision? Let me tell you, if you want to multiply your sales this week, you need to begin to use this tool set that I just shared with you. Because you see, if you don't qualify, you cannot multiply. If you don't qualify the prospect, you cannot multiply your sales. And many times you waste your time, you waste your energy talking to the wrong person. By the way, the worst thing you can do to yourself in sales is talking to the wrong person because it begins with finding the right person with the right problem and that has ability to pay. Now listen to me and listen very clear. The reason a lot of people don't get this thing done, the reason a lot of people don't get this thing done is it begins with the prospect. Today, begin to prospect. Remember, if you don't prospect, you cannot prosper. Prosperity begins with prospecting. It means in sales, if you want to prospect, you need to find the lead. You need to find the people that has the pain. You need to find the people that has the ability to pay. You need to find the people that has the power to make a decision to buy. Now, if you don't find these people, guess what happened to you? You're going to be wasting your time with the wrong people. And wasting your time with the wrong people is what we call activity in frivolity. You need to stop that kind of activity today and begin to go focus on activity for profitability, which is about finding the right people with a need, finding the people that have the ability to pay, finding the ability people that have the ability to make a decision to purchase. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. This is a new week. This week has a lot in store for you. There are many people out there with a name, with the money to buy your product. It's your responsibility. It's a responsibility to find them. It's your responsibility to qualify them. And it's a responsibility to make them buy. Let me tell you, if someone needs your product and you are not selling it to them, you are not helping them. The only time you have had a prospect is when you close on the prospect. Now, this is it. In case you were there and you're still wondering, Charlie, how can I close more sales? How can I get more sales going? Perhaps you need to pick up a book today called Close or Lose. Pick up a book called Close or Lose. It's going to help you literally to change your life. Now, for watching the show today, if you put it in the comment, I want the book Close or Lose. Our team is going to get it across to you. I think the book is 6,000 naira, wherever you are in Lagos, Nigeria. But because you can simply pick up the book today and the book will be delivered to you. Close or Lose. It's going to help you more on how you can prospect more. Because this, let me tell you, the foundation of sales begins with a prospect. Without someone that can buy, you can't make the sale. Without someone that can pay, you can't make the sale. Without someone that has the ability, the authority to make a decision, you can't make the sale. So this is it. Your frustration is It's based on the fact that you have not put the right things in place. And today I've come to share with you absolutely for free that this is it. You need to qualify to multiply. You need to qualify to multiply. Everyone has a potential to buy, but not everyone is qualified to buy. Everyone has a potential to buy, but not everyone is qualified to buy. You see, many are called, but few are chosen. In other words, many people can make a call to you on your product, but you have to choose the person that you are going to sell to. How do you choose the buyer? You choose the buyer by learning to qualify them. One of the things that many people don't know how to do in sales is to pre-qualify the prospect, the people that are about to sell to. So many people go into sale blindly, trying to be overexcited about the people. And I tell you, at the beginning, you need to be a reluctant seller and let them become the eager buyer. How do you become a reluctant seller? Learning to qualify. Qualifying skill is one of the topmost skills in sales. And I found that 95% of people that go into sales, they never know how to qualify. If you can, and if you want to learn and to be a superstar in this, pick up the book today called Close or Lose. This way, the book is going to help you to get things going. Close or Lose will help you to make a lot of sales. And this is what you want to do today, and it's going to literally help you. We go on break right now, and when we're right back, in case you have a question for me, you can make a call today. You can call the number before we go off the show today, and you have a question on how to qualify your prospect, and perhaps there is prospect that you want to know whether it's a buyer or seller, whether it's a buyer or a liar. There's always something to ask that will break the ice. I will be right back. My name is Tadi Cash. Don't go anywhere. Be right back.
Eden Creek is a virgin land located near satellite town Lagos. Raw and untapped, Eden Creek is a land surrounded by businesses and fully developed neighborhood. We are inviting you to come take your own share of this lucrative treasure. Buying Eden Creek by Whip Africa allows you to use it to either fund your living or as a place to live. With 1 million naira initial deposit, you can secure a plot right now. Yes, just drive from Jakonde Estate and you will be connected to an asset that can make you free. And with a 50% deposit, you can have your allocation to a land surrounded by full development. With 1 million naira deposit, you can reserve a slot today and begin your journey towards a lifestyle of wealth and abundance. Warning, this is a limited edition.
All right, thank you very much for back on the show. Remember, I've told you, not everyone that is interested in your product, that is qualified, that is fit to be a customer to you. The biggest asset you have in sales is time. And so, the faster you can qualify people, the faster you can know the difference between a buyer, a wisher, and a mountain banks. Those are what I call the BMW effect. What does that mean? There are buyers. Buyers buy, wisher wish, and liars lie. Remember, buyers buy, wishers wish, and liars lie. What that means, you want to be able to separate the wheat from the wheat. You want to be able to look at the difference between the people that can buy your product and the people that will not buy your product. And this is what happened. Because someone is interested does not mean the person is committed. What do you need to do? The first few minutes, 2 to 3 minutes in sales. What do you use it for? When people call you, they call for your product. They're trying to show interest. But you need to know, before you take your time to try to convert a lead to customer, you need to know whether this person is qualified. A lot of salespeople, a lot of sales trainer, they're trying to tell a lot of things to people in sales without first giving them the right thing. You see, you need to understand that pre-qualifying the prospect is one of the topmost skills if you want to leverage your time in sales. And that's what a lot of people don't do. And today, what I will share with you is the fundamentals that can help you to be able to know. There are questions that you need to ask. There are things that you need to say. There are things that you need to ask them to be able to know. And by doing that, you are going to you're going to sell more in less time. And I've been able to also tell you that if you really want to learn more and be able to get this thing deep, you're not reading the book to lose. Let me tell you, if you're not closing, you are losing. And if you're spending time with the wrong person that can buy your product, you are also losing. Because if you lose money, you can get it back. If you lose time, it's gone forever. So what do you need to do? You need to learn how to close. How do you get more deals done in less time? How do you get more people to buy your product so that they can be glad? How do you know within 2 to 3 minutes of having a conversation with people that the person you are talking to is not the right person? Or how do you get people to go from just being neutral to being committed? There are fundamental laws. And what I've done in my more than 13 to 15 years of practicing sales professionally, not just teaching it, but selling, being on the field and still being on the field, is to be able to document a process for you that can help you to change your life the way it has changed my life. I remember I made my first $1 million in sales at the age of 27 and a half, going to 28 years old. What do I learn? I learned how to close. I learned how to get people. I learned how to qualify them. I learned how to get people to buy what they need to buy and be glad giving me the money. If you are tired of being broke, if you're tired of having more months than money, if you're tired of just being around and nobody's calling you, hey, come on, guys, there's how to do it. Because whatever anyone has done, everyone can do. What you need to do is to learn how to do it. And that's what I've documented in a book called Close or Lose. You need to pick that book today, and guess what happened? You will. There's a number on the screen there. There's a number on the screen there. Call that number today or send a WhatsApp message to that number and say, I need the book. I want the book, Close or Lose. Put your number in that place. Say, I want the book, Close or Lose. If you're in Nigeria, you are going to get the book. Our team is going to get the book across to you. The book is 6,000 naira Nigerian currency. You see, you can get the book anywhere that you are in Nigeria. If you're outside of Nigeria, you can also get the book. It can be get delivered to you. So today, selling will change your life. By the way, selling is scripture. Selling is God's idea. But you must know how to sell. You must know how to get people. You must know how to qualify them so that you can multiply yourself. If you want to multiply yourself, one thing you must do properly, qualify the people that show up. It's not enough that people show up. Spend lesser time qualifying them so that you don't waste your time. Less time is more sales. The less time you can spend with a prospect, the more sales you can make. Because you don't have all the time in the world, but you can make all the money that you want to make in this world if you learn how to do the right thing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what the show today is all about. And I believe that you have learned something. Today is Monday. So what happened? Take the principle. Begin to do it. As you make the first call, as you make the second call, begin to qualify them. The more people you can qualify intentionally and intelligently, you will multiply yourselves. And I can tell you, I'm here to help you. I'm here to make sure that you get it right. Because if you get it right, it will help all of us in the long run. My name is Tade Cash, and I'm the legendary closer. My work is to help you to succeed. My work is to help you to achieve financial freedom within the space of 3 to 7 years. And having achieved financial freedom to begin to take you to the journey of financial abundance where you can live in plenty for the rest of your life. Remember, if you want to change your life, you gotta change your life, because this is what happened. You're in this world to make a difference. And if you have to make a difference, you have to learn to see things differently. Until I see you again, I remain your friend, your coach, your mentor, the one that help you to create all the assets you want to create so that you can live all the dream you want to live. Until I see you again, remember, don't go away. Remember to order for the book Close or Lose today. It's going to help you. If you run a business, get it to your team. Let your team begin to have the closing mentality, and it's going to help your business to generate more money. Okay, so thank you very much for today, and I will see you again in the course of the week. My name is Tade Cash. peace, love, and cash flow. Have a lovely day. Bye.
Eden Creek is a virgin land located near satellite town Lagos. Raw and untapped, Eden Creek is a land surrounded by businesses and fully developed neighborhood. We are inviting you to come take your own share of this lucrative treasure. Buying Eden Creek by Whip Africa allows you to use it to either fund your living or as a place to live. With ₦1 million initial deposit, you can secure a estate and you will be connected to an asset that can make you free. And with a 50% deposit, you can have your allocation to a land surrounded by full development and begin your journey towards a lifestyle of wealth and abundance. Warning, this is a limited edition.